Our planet is like a giant treasure chest full of wonders, some of which are natural phenomena, or man-made. But there are strange places out there that are like big question marks, even for super smart scientists with their fancy high-tech tools. These are places that will not only make you wonder but also challenge everything you thought you knew, leaving you absolutely astonished. In this video, we will reveal 20 of the most mysterious places that scientists still can't explain. Enjoy the show, friends. 1. Barsak Plateau, Kazakhstan. In the heart of Kazakhstan's enigmatic Barsak Plateau lies a realm shrouded in mystery, a place where time seemingly stands still, or as locals ominously call it, the place of no return. This name comes from Kazakh legends about people who went there and never returned, or came back after years with strange stories of time glitches and UFO sightings. And if you ask what's the exact reason people go there and never return, well, this remains a puzzle that has eluded even the keenest scientific minds. This spooky plateau, also known as Barsak Elmez, used to be an island in the Aral Sea. But because of natural changes, it dried up and became a plateau in Kazakhstan. Another fascinating but strange thing is that some people turned blue after staying overnight in this plateau. And one more shocking thing. There's a graveyard there, with new graves. But who's buried there, and who's doing the burying on this empty island? These questions remain unanswered to date. But what if someone offered you millions to visit, would you go? Remember, it's a weird place where coming back isn't guaranteed. 2. The Colosso dell'Apennino, Italy. This mysterious statue is not just any statue. It's a centuries-old mystery that has stirred up a great deal of unanswered questions. Crafted by the talented Flemish sculptor Jan Bologna near Florence, Italy, this massive stone sculpture looks like a living embodiment of the Apennine Mountains. Inside this colossal figure, there's a whole world waiting to be discovered. Picture 3 levels, each with its own theme and purpose, like the coolest hide-and-seek game ever. And to top it off, this sculpture breathes out smoke, has slits in his eyes and ears for eavesdropping, and even sweats and cries through a network of water pipes. Oh, and it's casually holding a sea monster that's forming a pond. It's a 16th century trick. Scientists are still scratching their heads about how they pulled off this masterpiece, leaving us wondering what other secrets are locked away inside this giant's body. 3. Skellig Michael, Ireland. Picture a mysterious island rising like two peaks from a big, endless ocean. That's Skellig Michael. This is a place that holds the secrets of Ireland's ancient spirit and creativity. Named after the Archangel Michael, this island once cradled a Gaelic monastery way back in the 6th century. For hundreds of years, Christian monks called this rocky home. They lived in stone beehive huts, but in the 13th century, the monks bid farewell, turning Skellig Michael into a sacred pilgrimage spot. Now, if you want to step into the monk's shoes, get ready for a challenge. Climbing 618 steep and uneven steps is no easy feat, but reaching the top is like unlocking a hidden treasure. Aside from its rich history, another fascinating thing about Skellig Michael is that it's a bird paradise, the world's second-largest gannet colony, making it a haven for bird enthusiasts. And if you're a Star Wars fan, then you need to visit this place. Imagine getting the opportunity to see one of the filming sites for Star Wars, The Force Awakens star. Back to the big question that keeps everyone scratching their heads, how on earth did those ancient monks build a monastery on such a faraway and tough rock? It's a puzzle no one has solved yet, adding an extra layer of magic to Skellig Michael's timeless tale. 4. The Bermuda Triangle. This place has earned quite a reputation, and if you already know about it, consider this a little reminder of the mysteries that still remain unsolved. It is a triangular region in the North Atlantic Ocean, where the corners are marked by Florida, Bermuda, and the Greater Antilles. This place has been the site of many unexplained, mysterious disappearances of ships and planes over the years. Even rescue missions seem to get swallowed by the mystery, adding an extra layer of intrigue to the unsolved puzzle. But where did everything go? That's the million-dollar question. Some people think there's some kind of supernatural magic going on in the Bermuda Triangle. But most scientists believe it's more about the environment and Earth's natural forces. Even with all the theories, the Bermuda Triangle stays one of the planet's biggest mysteries. So, if you ever find yourself sailing or flying in that part of the ocean, keep your eyes open, you might just stumble upon the secret behind the Bermuda Triangle. 5. The Pyramid of Cuicuilco, Mexico City. In the heart of Mexico City lies a quiet and often overlooked circular ruin, the Pyramid of Cuicuilco. This ancient structure is at the center of what is thought to be the oldest city in the Valley of Mexico, constructed by a civilization that remains a puzzle even today. Unlike the usual pointy pyramids we see, this one is round. Evidence points to Cuicuilco starting as a farming village around 1200 BC. Though we're not sure about the people of Cuicuilco and their ways, the things dug up during excavations hint that they really liked to worship an old Mesoamerican god called the Old God of Fire. Strangely, it seems like fire might be what caused their civilization to suddenly fall apart. Sadly, parts of the area, along with some of the people, were buried by lava and suffocated by ash. Today, the pyramid stands protected as an archaeological site and a nature reserve. Even though it's stuck in a neighborhood of modern buildings and roads, it's not the friendliest spot to go on an adventure. There are lots of dangerous animals like rattlesnakes, so you need to be careful if you decide to visit. 6. The Al Nazla Rock Formation, Saudi Arabia. This mind-blowing site has baffled scientists for years. How do you explain a massive block of sandstone that's sliced right down the middle, almost like it met a giant laser or a colossal knife? What makes it even more fascinating is that these two halves sit perfectly balanced on small pedestals, defying both gravity and common sense. Adorned with ancient petroglyphs illustrating animals, humans, and symbols, this remarkable rock rests in the Tama Oasis, a place steeped in history, culture, and intriguing mysteries. But how in the world did this rock manage to split into two with such precision? How old are the petroglyphs, and who were the hands behind them? These mysteries keep scientists and geologists scratching their heads. Many ideas float around, from natural causes like erosion, weathering, tectonic activity, to fault lines playing a role. On the flip side, there's speculation about human or even extraterrestrial involvement, with thoughts ranging from powerful tools or weapons to rituals or messages etched into the stone. Which explanation do you find more convincing? 7. Barabar Caves, India. Imagine caves that are as old as great-great-great-grandma and grandpa. These caves, called Barabar Caves, are super ancient, dating back to a time when dinosaurs were not even around. They were a special place for some super-religious people who lived in India long, long ago. Now, here's the cool part, these caves are not just regular caves. They are like magic rooms carved out of tough rocks. But, nobody knows exactly how the ancient builders did it. It's like they had a super-secret trick that they never told anyone. And the walls inside the caves have these drawings and signs that are like a code. Scientists are still trying to figure out what they mean. Also, the people who lived there, the Ajivikas, practiced very tough things like fasting and wandering around without clothes, and vanished without leaving a note. So, these caves are like a big mystery book that makes you wonder and imagine, with more questions than answers. 8. Cono Cristales, Colombia. Cono Cristales is a natural marvel that sparks wonder. Referred to as the liquid rainbow, or the river of five colors, this extraordinary river showcases a mesmerizing palette of yellow, green, blue, black, and, most notably, vibrant red hues that adorn its bed. But how does this river transform into a flowing rainbow? Scientists suggest they have a reason behind this mesmerizing display. The multitude of colors is a result of the abundant presence of the plant species *Rinculaceous clavigera*, which thrives on the rocks lining the riverbed. The hues of these plants change with variations in sunlight and water levels, creating a dynamic and ever-changing canvas of colors. Now, what's really awesome is that this colorful show happens only in this river, nowhere else on our planet. Why? Because Cono Cristales is like a nature hotspot, where the Andes Mountains meet the Amazon and Orinoco basins. This special mix of places makes it a home for some really unique plants and animals. So, next time you see Cono Cristales, remember it's not just a river, it's nature's own painting, a rainbow river that's truly one of a kind. 9. Kawah Ijen Lake, Indonesia. In Indonesia, there's a special place called Kawah Ijen, a lake inside a volcano that's both mysterious and a bit scary. Imagine the world's biggest acidic lake, with a pH as low as 0.5, similar to car battery acid. But that's not the only spooky thing about Kawa Ijen. The lake has this eerie turquoise color, and scientists say it's because of lots of dissolved metals and special fluids from the volcano. Now, here's the real showstopper. At night, there's a blue fire burning around the lake, lighting up the dark. This magical blue fire happens because of gases with sulfur that escape from the volcano. Some of these gases turn into liquid sulfur, which lights up and flows like blue lava. It's so hot that it can melt metal. And guess what? This incredible blue fire is pretty much a one-of-a-kind thing. You won't find it happening anywhere else in the world. 10. The Lost City of the Kalahari, Africa. Hidden beneath the sandy deserts of the Kalahari, a vast and dry place in Africa covering parts of Botswana, Namibia, and South Africa, lies a mystery dating back to the late 1800s. Canadian explorer Guillermo Farini claimed to have discovered an ancient city in the heart of the desert, describing it as a substantial pile of stones featuring intricate blocks, and possibly even a temple or tomb. But here's where it gets interesting. Many people doubted Farini's story because nobody else could prove he was right. Over the years, lots of groups tried to find this lost city, and none of them succeeded. Some even saw weird things, like an old boat or a rock pit, right in the middle of the desert. Some scientists say it's just a mix-up, that what people think is a city might actually be natural rocks. But what if the lost city of the Kalahari is out there, hiding under the desert sands, just waiting to be discovered? 11. Eternal Flame Falls, New York. There's a beautiful but strange place in New York where fire and water dance together, creating a magical sight that catches the eye of the curious and even leaves the experts scratching their heads. This spot, known as the Eternal Flame Falls, is no ordinary waterfall. It's a spectacle that's as mysterious as it is stunning. Now, take a closer look, and you'll notice something intriguing. There's no wood to keep this eternal flame burning. So, what's the secret behind this waterfall's everlasting fire? Well, that's where things get really interesting. People have come up with all sorts of ideas, but the true origin and the gas that fuels the flame remain a bit of a puzzle. Scientists have done their homework, and here's what they found. The gas is mostly methane, with a sprinkle of ethane, propane, and butane. But at least they agreed it's not coming from your usual sources. It's believed to come from a super ancient stash of organic matter tucked deep underground for millions of years. And besides being a scientific wonder, this place is also a hub of legends and stories. Some folks think the flame has a spiritual or paranormal vibe. There are tales of time tricks, ghost sightings, and other strange happenings near the falls. Whether you're into scenic hikes, scientific mysteries, or a touch of mystical adventure, the Eternal Flame Falls is a spot that's definitely worth checking out. Who knows, you might uncover the secrets behind this eternal flame or stumble upon some of its mystical tales. In the quiet Norwegian town of Hessdalen, something strange is lighting up the sky. Instead of stars, people see hundreds of mysterious lights, some as big as cars, randomly shining in the night sky. These lights don't follow any rules, they just pop up randomly and stick around for hours, creating a celestial show. Now, these odd lights aren't as common as they used to be, but they still make appearances. What's causing this cosmic light display? Scientists have tossed around a bunch of ideas. Some think it could be cosmic rays or piezoelectricity, while others point fingers at ball lightning or ionized gases. The thing is, none of these theories have been proven for sure. In the heart of Judge C.R. Magnay State Park in Minnesota lies a natural mystery that has puzzled both hikers and scientists for ages: the Devil's Kettle Falls. Here, along the Brule River near Lake Superior's north shore, something truly peculiar happens. This river splits at a rocky outcrop. On one side, the water flows down a two-step stone slope like a regular waterfall. But on the other side, something extraordinary happens. The water vanishes into a deep hole and, seemingly, disappears forever. Now, what's on your mind is, where does that water go? For the longest time, nobody had a clue. To solve the mystery, people tried tossing all sorts of things into the hole: ping pong balls, dye, GPS trackers, even logs. Strangely, none of them ever popped up in the lake or anywhere else. It was like the water was going into a magical portal. In northern Lithuania, There's a special place called the Hill of Crosses, and it's no ordinary hill. It is a small hill covered in thousands of crosses and religious symbols, creating a unique and mysterious site of pilgrimage. The story behind this practice is like a puzzle that no one has quite solved yet. Over the centuries, different legends and tales have been shared, adding to the mystique. No one knows the exact number of crosses, but in 1990, there were about 55,000, and by 2006, it had grown to around 100,000. It has dangling rosaries making music in the wind, icons of saints, and photos of local heroes creating a rolling soundtrack. Despite several attempts to get rid of it, this extraordinary pilgrimage spot stands strong as a symbol of deep devotion. Could it be that the spirits of the people resting there are somehow protecting this sacred place from being destroyed? Beneath the mountains near Naka, Mexico, lies a magical place straight out of a science fiction movie, the Cave of Crystals. Discovered accidentally by two miners in 2000, this beautiful and mind-boggling cave immediately captured the world's fascination. White crystals, nearly 39 feet long and 3 feet wide, adorn the subterranean space in every direction, creating a mesmerizing spectacle. These crystal formations, born through a process called nucleation, jet out in every angle within the horseshoe-shaped cave. While scientists attribute the growth of these crystals to the mineral-rich waters inside the cave, the mystery deepens when it comes to their massive size. Unlike most crystal structures, which don't reach such enormous dimensions, the crystals in the Naka cave defy the norm. Even crystals in nearby caves, formed by the same mineral water, don't come close to matching their scale. In the heart of Turkey lies a marvel that has stumped scientists for ages, Derinkuy, an underground city veiled in mystery. This geological enigma served as a clandestine refuge across centuries, sheltering people from invasions with its breathtaking complexity. Historic Mysteries recounts its tale as an 18-level complex, a creation born from the ingenuity of an ancient Anatolian dweller. Carved into hillsides after volcanic eruptions blanketed the region in a mystical layer of ash called tuff, this soft and carvable rock became the canvas for a subterranean masterpiece. As researchers delved into its depths, they uncovered an astonishing array of chambers, kitchens, bathrooms, dwellings, food storage rooms, wine presses, churches, schools, and even weapon storage areas. With a capacity to harbor up to 20,000 souls, Derinkuy held within its labyrinthine embrace all the essentials for a population to vanish seamlessly from invaders. In 1974, Chinese farmers found a massive terracotta army meant to guard Emperor Qin Shi Huang in the afterlife. These clay soldiers were created to protect the first Chinese emperor. While we understand why they were made, where the emperor is buried, and what treasures lie with him remains a mystery. Ancient documents describe Emperor Qin Shi Huang's tomb as a luxurious underground palace, surrounded by a kind of kingdom. Even today, researchers are puzzled, trying to uncover the secrets of this enigmatic tomb. Patum Crater, Russia, enigmatic nest of Siberia. Rising 131 feet, it resembles a giant bird's nest with an egg nestled within. Initially thought to be a result of a meteor strike, the absence of meteorite fragments puzzled researchers, leading them to reconsider their theories. Adding another layer to the mystery is the landscape surrounding Patum Crater, where, despite the dense forest, no trees take root, let alone grow. There have also been reports of strange happenings nearby, and despite efforts to uncover its origin, Patum Crater remains a riddle, firmly establishing itself as one of Russia's enduring mysteries. Across 170 square miles of arid Peruvian land, the Nazca Lines unfold as an ancient masterpiece. These enormous geoglyphs, resembling carefully crafted drawings, portray animals and people when observed from the sky. Originating around 500 BCE, artists are thought to have revealed the art by removing the top layer of black stone, exposing the contrasting white sand beneath. As we gaze upon this awe-inspiring creation, we are confronted with a question of purpose. What motivated the artists of this ancient civilization to craft such intricate and massive images, visible only from high above? Well, no one has been able to give answers, so the Nazca Lines remain veiled in the mysteries of time. Casorzo, Italy, holds a botanical secret that challenges the norms of science, the locally renowned Bialbero di Casorzo or Double Tree of Casorzo. Imagine standing in a vast field, where, at one angle, it might seem like a clever camera trick, two trees perfectly aligned. However, this isn't a photographic illusion but a genuine marvel, a cherry tree growing atop a mulberry tree. Against all scientific odds, both trees thrive healthily, defying the laws of nature.